We're headed to Fort Bragg, North Carolina to learn about mule packing with Special Forces.
That's right, folks. The old cowboy was up in Rayford, North Carolina. I was heading back to South Carolina, and I looked and saw a new arena going up. And I said, well, what's up with that? So I stopped the old truck, turned around, and introduced myself to Mike Tobert from California that moved to Rayford, North Carolina on a contract with the Army to train the Special Forces how to backpack into the remote area of Afghanistan. And so, folks, as you all know, a lot going on in Afghanistan, and that just really intrigued me. So today, I'm excited but a little nervous. I've watched some of Mike's work on the internet, and he really gets after it. So I hope the old cowboy is up to the task today, Blair.
I hope so too, and I don't really know what to expect, so I'm looking forward to learning about it, and I hope you are too. So stay tuned for more horse tales. Horse Tales is being brought to you today by Campbell's Roofing, roof specialist for residential and commercial. By Arbor One Farm Credit. By Quality Auto Sales, for new and used cars. Make Quality Auto Sales your last stop. By Alive Magazine, your devotional publication. Look for this in your local stores and online at alivemagazine.tv. KG Smith Company, now stocking a full line of equine supplies. Visit them in Lake City. And by Cody Young, for all of your saddle repair needs.
Folks, joining me now is Mike Tobert from Rayford, North Carolina. Folks, Mike's don't know where to start. But anyway, he's Mountain Mule Packers. He moved out here from California. He's doing some work for the Special Forces. So Mike, I'm just going to kind of let you tell the folks what brought you out here to start with.
What brought me out to North Carolina was just this line of work. You know, I've packed mules my whole life. 45 years old, I've been doing it for over 30 years. I came out here just to be involved with the military. Right. It came up, there's more people doing what I do, not as intense as we do it. We come out of the Sierra Nevada mountains, and we're pretty hardcore packers.
Right.
And I did a little work with Marine Corps in California, and as we got into that, we met some people, were asked to come out and partner up. They financed us to come out here and set up, and we've been out about 3 months working, and it's been going good. And for a guy like myself, as a mule packer to help the military, it's probably the highest honor I could come up with, you know, for myself in my mind.
Right.
And that's the main reason I'm here, is to do something different. I packed those mountains, like I said, 30 years, and this is different. It's not the same mountains, but the goal is completely different, what we're doing here.
Well, Mike, I know it's really a lot of top secret, but how much can you share to me what's going on here today?
What's going on here today, basically what you see here, this is scenario role playing, and what these guys are just getting them ready for different areas. They're going to go to different countries. Right. And what they'll do here is, what's going on right here, if you look out over here, they have veterinarians coming in. So these mules are being used right now in a scenario to where people from different villages are coming in to get their animals checked out, along with family members and people. There's doctors going to be doing the same thing. And this basically, after we leave a country, we'll come back in and try to do what we can to get things up and going again.
Right. Well, folks, we'll give you the information how to do it, but he has got a great documentary that's done, and he talked real plain about his faith. And I think that y'all that's watched our show know where we stand here on Horse Tales. We believe in the Lord, and Mike does too. Well, Mike, how folks can get in touch with you? You can go to mountainmulepackers.com, and that will give you both sides, military and civilian side. And folks, when you go to that website, have you a good fresh cup of coffee, because it's some good stuff on there. Mike, thank you, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, you know, I just thank the Lord for putting me here, putting my family here. It's I got a lot of feelings. I'm a very strong Christian. To be able to win just meant a lot, so I had to give thanks.
Folks, join me now, Alex Howard with Reservoir International.
Yes, sir.
Alex, we got a lot going on here today with mule packers. You're doing a lot of simulation for the Army, but tell me, what your company is and what services you offer.
My company is Reservoir International. What we do is we develop and design training scenarios for the military, where we incorporate all different types of live training. We bring in mules, we teach the military to pack mules, and throughout this scenario there'll be multiple different events, and they'll move into certain events where they'll actually deal with an animal and handle an animal through an interpreter in a foreign language, but they'll do mule packing, horse riding, and then of course we take them throughout the facility and let them ride through the trails and get used to dealing with those mules in a different environment through the hills and through the sand.
Pretty intriguing, but what brought you to where you're at in your life now?
I served 12 years on active duty on Fort Bragg. After my time in the military, after I got out of the military, we started looking at different opportunities, and we began to develop the training scenarios for the military. It's where our heart is. It's where we began.
Right.
And since then, we've grown this company. We're about 6 years old.
Okay. Well, Alex, a lot goes on here, but what other things can you offer to the public here?
We've just recently did a 25-acre expansion where we're building a rappelling tower where we're going to bring in Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts and incorporate that into our other training. We also provide mule packing training and a large variety of training for the military. Once the rappelling tower is in, we're going to invite more civilians and more local Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts to participate in the rappelling training that will be conducted here on this facility.
So you see a lot of growth coming from your company here?
We do see a lot of growth coming from this business. The scenario-driven business is a large business. We've also recently expanded into the corporate team building events, where they're brought down into this facility, and there's a variety of challenges that they'll have to overcome, which helps the team building on the corporate side.
How many acres are you on here?
Right now we own 60 acres. We're going to continue to expand the 60 acres. We do have a 350-acre land use agreement in the future. We plan on purchasing the additional 350 acres, which will put us right around 400 acres.
Well, great. Well, how can folks at home get in touch with you?
My name is Alex Howard, and I work for Reservoir International. Our phone number is 910-527-3123, or you can find us on the website. Our office is in downtown Fayetteville on Rayford Road, and we're always available at any time for questions or any type of comments or concerns.
Well, folks, you'll liable to see Horsetails up here with some team training.
I'd love to see it. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Jake, and I'm sitting on banjo, getting ready to open. And here's the tack tip of the day.
Join me now, Kim Chamberlain, Texas, saddle maker extraordinaire. Got a little question here on this custom-made saddle.
Yes, sir.
Explain to me about how you got it rigged here, the twisting of the stirrup.
Okay, this is what's known as, it's got a lot of different names. I've heard it called a Montana twist. I've heard it called a Wyoming. I guess it depends on what state you're from, you know. But basically what this is, you actually turn the leg of this fender on this saddle, lace it, so that whenever you release this fender and let it down, it sets your stirrup perpendicular to your horse, and you're not having to constantly hunt and find your stirrup if it was laying flat against your horse. So that just gives it an extra little twist to that leather to help set that fender, to make that stirrup be right there in that same place every time you go to mount your horse.
Folks, we're going to call that the Carolina twist. Ken, how to get in touch with you?
Well, you can reach me at 830-581-9455, or you can reach me at cowboybasicsaddlery.com.
Well, thank you for giving us a new twist
Thank you for
to fixing a stirrup.
Hello, my name is Grace, so we're sitting on Rio, and I want you to stay tuned for more Horsetails.
Horsetails is being brought to you today by Williamsburg Feed and Tack, your Seminole Feed and Carhartt clothing shop. Equestrian Images, making memories together. Carolina Hoofbeats, the Carolina's premier equine magazine. By Marsha Hewitt, equine specialist for the South Carolina Department of Agriculture. And by Mark Hossman Training Center, where helping people ride better horses is not just a slogan, it's an everyday occurrence.
Folks, we're back over here with Mike, and Packing 101 is what we're getting ready to start here. I'm at a loss, folks. But anyway, Take me from right here on around, Mike.
All right, this is your standard sawbuck saddle. This is what we use in California, in the Sierra Nevadas for the steep angles that we run into up in the Sierra Nevadas. This is the rig right here, and you set this rig up on their back. You want to make sure to leave room for their shoulders to work. The most important thing is getting these 2 cinches on the right side of that belly. So that'll take 70% of your weight, especially on the ups and downs. Okay. This britchin and your breast collars, they stabilize the load either going up or going down. If it's not rigged correctly here, you'll soar them back here. Okay, so it's real important you get these cinches. Once you're rigged like this, everything's somewhat snugged up, you're ready to go. And what we're going to do now, Felix is going to come in and he's going to pack what we taught him yesterday.
Okay.
These are his rucksacks and his medical bag. He's a medic.
Okay.
And he just got back into the country just a few days ago. And this is actually what he uses, and he wanted to make sure he was able to pack these.
Felix, you were in Africa, right?
Yes, I was.
Right. How long were you over there?
And I'm just going to help him here a little.
A couple months, okay.
Yeah. There you go. Let's go ahead and pop this one out here. There you go.
How much different for civilian packing,
pull that
Mike,
bottom out,
versus military packing? I mean, very same principle, I'm sure.
Exactly the same principles. What the difference is when you're packing for recreation is you're taking things that you'd take on a camping trip.
Right.
You know, your ice chest, your sleeping bags, cots, tents, all that. These guys, what they're packing here is what they need to live where they are. They have to survive by what they have on these mules.
The bare necessity.
Yes, sir. And usually in these courses, it's 2 guys will do it. So they'll double team a mule. Here you go.
Folks, I think old Felix is probably quick as a cat. He's been in the military for 8 years. So these, Mikey was mentioning a while ago, so how long does it really take, how many years for really get a mule where he needs to be for his packing?
You know, it depends on the mule. Depends on the mule. These guys have done fireline packing, recreational packing. They've been packed every season for the last 10 years. To get a mule from a green mule to this stage is going to take you 10 years. But you can get them packing within a day, get them familiar. And the trick to these guys is to put the miles on. Once you get them packed, you go. Just like a horse. You just put miles on, and over those miles, things will come up and they will just learn. And you'll learn also.
So you call all this a pack string when you get it?
When we tie these all together, and I'll go ahead and string them up for you, but yeah, that's a pack string, and it's not uncommon for packers in the Sierra Nevadas to run 6-8 mules for one guy, plus his saddle horse. Now watch right here, when he pulls up, see how that lifts up there now? You got that space? That's it, man, and that's the key.
What kind of hitch you call that?
That's a box hitch.
Box
hitch. It's been called the Bosco hitch, box hitch, Yosemite wrap, you know, but it's a box hitch, and that's 75 or 100, 99% of the time you will use that box hitch to tie loads. Now there's other hitches, diamond hitch, double diamonds if you're moving plywood or big barrels, things like that, like 55-gallon drums, empty drums, you'll use a different hitch on that.
Mike, we got this mule's best angle here.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna ask you another tale here in a minute. But anyway, Mike, we got everything lined up here for the military. Because I know you're expanding out and doing more for the public and stuff. So what can the folks expect when they come and get with you, and where can you take them, and what do you offer?
If you go on our website and you get in touch with us, basically what we can offer is people here know where they like to go to the mountains. You pick the mountains in North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia. We'll meet you, we'll take you into the mountains. And basically what that entails is, it's like you're going on a pack trip, but you're bringing your horses and you're bringing your camp with you. So say this particular load would have a couple ice chests. Say we had 4 people, 2 couples wanted to go on a pack trip. We'd take 4 mules that have some ice chest, would be your side loads. You'd put some chairs on there to sit in, some cots, your sleeping bags, pillows. And basically what you do is you'd lay that all out, and you would just disperse that over 3 to 4 mules, okay? And that will cover also the feed for the animals, because it's important that you keep a weed-free feed. up there. You don't want to introduce any noxious weeds up there by bringing grass hays, different hays that aren't.
That's interesting.
Right. So most of the time it's a complete pelleted feed is what we take. That's the best. A lot of the areas you can turn your stock out to graze in the meadows. So what you'll do is you'll bring most of the feed will cover your horses. The mules you'll turn loose at night. That way if they don't stay tied up, they're not going to wring out the trees. One thing that we practice, and we did this in California, it was mandatory, is it's called L&T pack, and it's leave no trace. So when we get there, when we leave after we've camped, you won't be able to see where we fed the animals, where the animals grazed out.
Wow.
Only thing that you'll see is what was there when we got there, for instance, the fire ring, the camp spot, okay? And to do that, you let these mules graze out rather than keep them tied up in one area and feed them. So you'll bring feed for the horse because that's the one you got to keep the most control of. You'll hobble your horse, the mules you'll turn loose, you'll run bells on them so if they do get out of eyesight, you'll be able to hear them, you can go find them. And then in the evenings, you'll try to put a tie line up similar to this with tree savers on so you don't damage the trees. And a lot of times you'll put those up on, say, rock so that they can't beat the grass down. And really, it's a good time. It's people who like to be in the outdoors. This is for you. If you like to be with your animals, the packing is the way to go. You can take your Dutch ovens, all your portable stoves, tent heaters, whatever you need. And depending on the season, some people like to go in the summer, spring and summer. I personally like the fall and winter months if we can get in with a little snow on the ground.
Oh, really?
Kind of knocks the mosquitoes out, you know. But yeah, so that's what you do is you would put, basically if you were going on a camping trip, you would adapt all that. And of course, if you got 3 different people, you'll bring 1 stove for everybody, or 4 different people. Not everybody brings a camp stove. You'll bring 1 camp stove, you'll bring a couple Dutch ovens, and you'll get together ahead of time. And to me, that's part of the fun of the packing is coordinating with your friends. Okay, I got this, I got this, I got this. The lantern, you know, no sense bringing 4 lanterns, you bring 1 lantern. You know, and then you just do it that way. And to me, it's just good friends like to pack together. And you will learn to work together because when you're there, there's 2 things main in the camp. You want to get firewood and you want to make clean water because you filter all your water. You don't pack water bottles and that in. You bring filters in, you boil it, filter it, whatever. But so people will take on little tasks, and it's just a way of working together and having a good time.
Well, we were talking a while ago before we wanted to exercise, and we kind of dreamed up a horsetails packing trip.
Yeah.
Can I take you up on that?
Yes, sir, you can.
But the last thing I got to ask you, where do you plug the microwave in at, Mike?
Wrong end.
Thank you very much.
You bet, thank you.
Horsetails is being brought to you today by Mickey Finn's, your one-stop party shop with 2 locations to serve you in Florence. Ashley Jones, for all your farrier needs. Call Ashley at 843-992-6723. By Pine View Enterprises, for all your trailer, horse cargo, and utility needs. Also check out their full line of golf carts and storage buildings. See Randall Jones for the best deals in the Southeast. By King Street Auction Company, buying and selling new and used equipment, tractors, and real estate. Call Alton Brown Jr. at 843-382-2121. And by Marshall's Marine. When you need horsepower for your boat, call Marshall's Marine.
Folks, join me now, Michelle Tobert, Mike's better half and better looking half for sure.
Thank you.
Well, Mike, he definitely picked y'all up and moved you a far piece from home, didn't he, Michelle?
Yes, he did. Yep.
Well, we were over with Mike a little bit, and he showed us a little bit about what he's doing with the Army and everything. So tell us about your arena and what y'all got going on here.
Well, the arena, part of moving here to California, we wanted to, for the kids, have as much of what they were used to in California as possible. So the arena was higher on the list than house decorating, I'll say that. So we worked on putting arenas where the kids can get here and rope right away. And so we're not just roping ourselves, but we're looking to have people out. We have some local ropers that are starting to come out and starting to get conversations going with local barrel racers and associations to have some things going on. We have some roping clinics planned. We have a couple people, Gerald Camarillo and Leo Camarillo are going to be coming out next year and doing some roping
big
clinics
name
there.
Ropers there.
Yeah, they're great guys and great instructors. And
they furnished, made this arena or something, didn't they?
They helped design the layout for it. That's right.
Yeah.
So they'll be coming out actually right at the beginning of the year and doing some clinics
in 2013. Gotcha. Okay. Great.
And we also have boarding facility here. We have indoor stalls. We have paddocks, private pastures, and we have everything from self-feed to full board, depending on what the situation and what the people would like.
Well, I know folks are going to want to get in touch with you. We've already asked one time, but we're going to ask again, how can folks get in touch with you?
To get in touch with us, you can go to our website, which is mountainmulepackers.com. You can also give us a call at 910-848-2746. And our email address is mike@mountainmulepackers.com.
Well, Michelle, I've enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Dad, I hear I missed a great time up in North Carolina with Mike and his mule packing. And from what I understand, they are in a makeshift village. Is that right?
That is correct. Mike moved out here from California and got a contract with the Army about teaching the soldiers that's going to Afghanistan and other places to get back into remote places and stuff. So he took some time and showed us how that was done. And then when we left there, we went over and spent time with his wife, Michelle, which is a family affair. The Tobers were great hosts, Blair, and they're going to be having a lot of rodeos and ropeys and that type of things at their arena, so we'll be looking forward to that.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. And guys, if you've missed any of our shows, you can check them out at horsetailstv.com, and also like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
And folks, until next week, keep your reins low and your hands quiet, and God bless this great country of ours.
See you next week.